and we're going to do big waves. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. And we're learning to be versatile today because we were supposed to have coach up until like 2 minutes ago. And I just got a text saying, it's not going to work. I am stuck on the phone. Not stuck. That sounded ugly, but with the owners. So I guess the owners might trump the coach's corner. I don't know. I really feel like they need to reevaluate their priorities there, but that's okay. So the word today was brought to us by Stacy Bright. Don't tell them I said that. I'll be in trouble. But our word was brought to us from Stacy Bright, and the word is versatile. And I'm going to look real quick because there's a possibility that we could have. Okay, we don't have the birthday girl on here, but if you guys know Brenda Turner, go give her a little bit of love out in Facebook land. It is her birthday today, and hopefully we start getting everybody's birthday. I saw I missed one a little bit ago, and I hate that. So anyway, we don't want to miss anybody's birthday, so let us know. But the definition of the word versatile, its most common usage, it describes someone or something that is capable of doing many different things well. So a versatile person is somebody that's adaptable, flexible, and can handle a wide variety of tasks and situations effectively. So I'm going to say that I probably don't this is not a word that you would use perhaps to define me, but it's a place that I can grow. So we all have, what is it, strengths and lesser strengths. So this might fall in my lesser strengths category, probably right over there with flexible, but that's okay because we're going to study the word and we're going to grow a little bit, right? Like we can all grow. So the quote that I found, the first quote was, "Versatility is an extra string to a player's bow." And I thought, well, that's very pretty. But what does that really mean? Like, what does it mean to be versatile? That sounded very poetic, but it means that we can adjust and to different circumstances, different needs, and we can, take off this hat and put on the other hat. So maybe, switching roles at work or learning a new skill really quickly or handling unexpected changes with ease. And versatile people tend to be looked at as being resourceful, open-minded, and capable of thriving in various environments. So that sounds really good, but what is so important about it is it allows us to keep up in this incredibly fast-paced world that we live in. Like anybody else kind of feel like your days, you're like this, and like there's just all this change and all this stuff happening around you. And if you tend to be a little bit rigid and a little bit less versatile, that can be really hard. We live in a world where change is constant, be it in our personal life, at work, and versatility allows us to adapt to that change. It allows us to navigate through those situations, whether it be, challenges just in your household or perhaps opportunities that we have out in the world. Next, it allows us to stay relevant. So when we have the ability to learn new skills, we remain valuable and competitive in our work field, in what we do to feed our families, right? It allows us to solve problems effectively. So a versatile person can approach problems from like all kinds of different angles. I kind of picture like a goalie out there that they're running around playing soccer. And if they just stay right in the middle, well, they're not going to get very many goals, right? Or they're not going to block very many goals. But that versatile person is able to move around in that goal area and block more. And then it also helps us build stronger relationships because being adaptable means that we can communicate really well and we can work well with a variety of people, which strengthens our connections, right? So all of this sounds amazing, but what if we're not, right? Like, what if this isn't a place that we live? This isn't one of our greater strengths. How can we adapt and get a little bit more versatile? So first of all, well, I'm going to give you a quote that I loved. It says, "It's not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." And that's Charles Darwin. And I'll type it because I fumbled it a little bit, but that's okay. I just talk with marbles in my mouth sometimes, and it just is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat so you guys can actually see what that said. But how do we become more versatile? first of all, we've got to embrace learning new skills. So just in our regular life, maybe you don't know how to crochet, and this is the year. Just go learn a new skill. Maybe it's a new software program, or perhaps even a different language, a creative hobby. It doesn't really matter. Just go try to learn something new today in order to just create that skill set of being more versatile. Next, we got to try to be more open-minded. Be willing to consider different perspectives, try new approaches, load the dishwasher different, woman. Like, just figure out a way to do something just a little bit differently that's just a tad bit outside of your comfort zone, because that's going to make us more malleable. Next is to take on a varied experience. So volunteer for something different. Like, I think about, many of us are heading out to Orlando in, gosh, just like, it feels like 14 minutes, but 1 month, right? Like a month and a day is when it starts. So many of us are going to be traveling. Well, maybe you reach out to, Christine McKay, and you say, I want to be, I don't know, I can't think of how we could volunteer there, a door greeter, right? Like, that would be terrifying, but maybe that's something that we could do. And when we volunteer for a new project in a different role, we travel to a new place, all of that changes our experience and allows us to be a little bit more versatile and puts that experience in our toolkit. And then lastly, if we want to be more versatile, and I talked fast today, but we want to cultivate that positive attitude. When we can really work, and sometimes this can be work because we can have hard moments and great moments and challenging moments and positive moments and sad moments and all of that. But if we can stay curious and optimistic, even in those challenging moments, that positive mindset is going to help us see opportunities where other people might see obstacles, and it's going to allow us just to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more versatile. So that's what I have for you guys today. And I keep saying we're going to get Coach back tomorrow. Like, I think that's been my closing line, like, every single day. So I'm going to change today to, we're going to get Coach back at some point, right? I'm not sure when, but we're going to have him. I know we will. So I love you guys. Thank you for the words. And Francis, I haven't seen it, but I will go hunt, because it looks like you may have sent me some words. But everybody that has, I greatly appreciate them. Keep them coming, because I can always use more. But I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, a fantastic week, and look forward to seeing you back in the morning.
Thank you.
Happy
Sarah.
Monday.
Monday, guys.
Take
See
care.
you. Happy
Night,
Monday.
guys.